What's up, guys? Welcome back to our third episode of this series, D3 athletes, and just interviewing some of the ones we got. So today we got Clay. But first, let's pray and bless this podcast. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I just want to thank you for this opportunity we get to be with Clay and just have a good conversation with him, Lord. Please help this conversation go to the glory of you and that we affect some viewers at home as well. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Clay Batio, Clay Batio, Clay Batio, even called it all on your day.
Yes.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
So for the viewers back home, introduce yourself, your name, major, and what you do here athletically.
So I'm Clay Batio, like they said earlier. I'm a business administration major here at Trine, and I'm also a part of the Trine cross-country team and track and field team, both indoor and outdoor. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
All right. Hey, what's your future career?
Future career, I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, but I got a pretty good opportunity to take a job with E&B Paving back home for a project management estimator position. So I kind of got my foot in the door with internship. That's a 3-year internship with them. So hopefully that kind of pans out and it works pretty good for me. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Sounds like you're farther ahead than most of us are. So undecided or not, it looks like you're on the right track. So first question, why do you run track? Because a lot of people say, why would you want to run as a sport? And you do it all year round. I mean, you're going from like August to May or whenever track ends.
Pretty much, yeah. We don't stop. I think we get 2 weeks off after cross country, and then we don't even get a week off after indoor. So we just finished up that. We don't even get a week off, and then we get 2 weeks off after outdoor. But yeah, I chose running because back in 8th grade, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try something new, and I ended up being pretty decent at it, and I enjoyed doing it. And really, I enjoy doing it because it's just, you get to be your own person and just go out there and just see the world. Man, it's awesome having a 10-mile run and you just go get to see the landscape. And
now you speak for yourself, man.
I'm telling you, you can just go out and just see all these different places and just go explore stuff. And really just the team bonding, if you have a really good team that comes with just running, like we'll go out there and it's just a 10-mile run will last 5 minutes because it's just you get so deep in conversation about just anything, man, life in general and sports and running and crazy stories that we all did in high school and stuff. And it's so much fun to get to have that experience, especially if you have a good team to run with and stuff.
Yeah, something about that suffering together really brings the team together. It really does.
Yes, it does.
I know exactly what you're saying.
No, I remember running in middle school, and because I started in 6th grade and went to 8th grade. I remember Clay joined, and I played baseball. I don't think I played with you in 8th grade, right?
Yeah, because that's when they had that. They started the new baseball program, or they started it.
We played before, in middle school.
Well, yeah, and we had little league and stuff like that. Yeah.
But I didn't really know Clay, and then he joined, and I didn't know of him. I knew of him, but we didn't know each other. And
I looked like a nerd.
And
it was bad.
This was pre-long hair Clay.
Yeah.
This was chubby side part Clay.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone goes through that side part.
But he still had the mustache. He still had the mustache.
I did have the mustache.
He had the mustache in middle school.
Yeah.
And he joined the team, and instantly you were kicking butt.
Yeah, I think I beat Blake because we were coming down the finish line and he stuck his arm out, and of course I had no clue what was going on. I was just running, and so I was like, okay, so I stuck my hand out and I ended up beating him by 0.1 second or something.
In our first meet,
first
which
meet,
was one of our best runners, and and then the rest is history.
Yeah,
and it became one of our best runners in high school, and
now look at you, a D3 legend.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
But no, it was. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. If you never started in 8th grade.
Yeah, I don't even know what really triggered it for me to just do it. I think I was like, baseball,
Right.
whatever. I'm going to play that anyway. But it's I needed something to take up my time in the fall because I didn't really play fall ball that much anymore because all the teams I played for were just kind of falling apart and stuff. So.
We talked about it with Luke, but I said that my whole going through middle school, even freshman and sophomore year of high school, I was yeah, I'm playing baseball that's what I want to do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, that's my plan. Like, I want to do that in college. Like, where was your head kind of at in that too? Cause I feel like that was kind of your same thing too.
Kind of. I mean, I don't really know. Like, you're talking about 8th grade time?
Like going, like,
Or, like, going
high
into
school,
high
like
school.
going from 8th grade to high school.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to say because, like, when I went to those first summer practices there when I was a freshman, and running with Lucas and stuff, some of the older guys, because we had, like, I don't know, 10 seniors on the team that were going to graduate, and I was trying to run with them and stuff, and it just kind of motivated me because I guess I felt more motivated to run because it was kind of my own thing. Like, I picked it as like, oh, hey, I wanted to go do this. So it's a little more exciting, where baseball, I wasn't really pushed to do it, but it was just always there. Yeah. Like, oh, you're going to baseball practice. Oh, we got baseball. You know what I mean? And I never really wanted to work at it as much, I guess. I mean, once I got older and stuff, I kind of tried a little harder to like, oh, I need to probably work at it. Or I was just able to kind of change my mentality towards it. But the running and stuff really just caught my eye because it was just, I made that decision for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So what sports did you play in high school? Was it just track and cross country and baseball?
Yeah, pretty much. So middle school, I tried out for the basketball team all 3 years, and I did not make it because I was bad, really bad. I did play flag football for a time when I was younger. I was not good at that either. I would run in the wrong direction.
Wow.
I did play basketball 5th grade of elementary school. But yeah, in high school and stuff, all I did was baseball and cross country. I tried to do track my sophomore year. I did both, but I only ran like a few meets there at the end, like tournament time. I didn't run very good because I never really trained. And then senior year, I gave up baseball and went full season of track.
So this is only like your second full year.
Or like track, yes, yeah.
Really?
Which I did do a lot more indoor. I didn't really do indoor like a full season. I did a full season my senior year, but like my sophomore and junior year, I did a lot more than anybody else because it's just like, oh, I can go unattached and go run. So I would just kind of do it a little bit more. I mean, I didn't really know how to train and stuff, so it was kind of whatever. But it was just extra races and stuff. So
yeah, no, because we talked about it like all the time last year. Because when I ran track for the first time, I was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, this is pretty much my first full track season too."
Oh yeah, it was all of our first.
And I was like,
much.
"What?"
Yeah, full season.
Which was like just mind blowing because I remember there was times like you would go to track or like you had a track meet or something, and then you would come to baseball and stuff. And I mean, let's talk about it. Like, how is that? Like, how did balancing that work out? And
honestly, compared to how easy it is now, I don't know how I did it then, because I honestly think it's a lot easier here than it was ever in high school. Because the classes were just so much harder. Like, I'm taking way harder classes than I ever did compared to now. But yeah, I mean, balancing it, I just thought it was nice because the way I am, I like to keep my mind busy and just do as much as I possibly can in every single day. And it was just like going to practice and going to weightlifting for baseball or something in the winter and getting stronger and just feeling good. And I could go out and run and like actually see improvement. It was awesome. And I just love balancing it. And yeah, sometimes it'd get hectic, be like, oh great, I got to stay at the school till 8:00 every single night. But I mean, eventually you just kind of got used to it. And it was just like, this is my routine. Like, I'm not going to change it. Like, why would I? So.
Yeah.
So why did you choose Trine? What was it about Trine that you were like, yeah, I want to go here?
Well, so when I was starting to do indoor season, so my sophomore year, they were actually one of the only schools to offer open indoor track meets that were like earlier on, because they actually have an indoor track season.
Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
So for high school, they have like indoor state and things like that. So some schools do actually have a season like we do, like an indoor season and then an outdoor season. So, but normally that season doesn't start till like after spring break.
Really?
Normally. So some schools will offer like unattached races for but like all ages. Like, you can be 40 years old and go running these races if you want. And so they would start in maybe like December or early January or something like that. They would start way before the actual high school season started. And so Trine actually had them. And I was like, I've never heard of Trine. Like, what is that? So we'd come up here and we're like, dang, this place is kind of cool. They got an indoor track and all kinds of stuff. And so we just started. I came here and ran a couple of meets and was like, wow, I really like it. The air quality was great in there running, because normally you'll get runner's cough and you can't breathe and stuff like that. And it was really nice here. And then as the years kind of went by, Raber, our coach, he reached out to me and he showed some interest, and I came for a couple of visits, met the team, and I was like, it's pretty neat. I really didn't look around that much. I mean, I know I wanted to run because I knew I didn't really get to see my potential in high school, because I was real like, I'm going to do everything. And I was like, I kind of want to hone it in a couple more years. And then I just got this big letter in the mail from Trine that was like, hey, you should apply and stuff like that. And then Raber was really kind of rooting for me and getting excited about it, saying I could possibly be one of the top guys and stuff if I really wanted to work at it. And so that just kind of sparked my interest. And then Caleb, of course, was like, I'm thinking about doing it. And then he was going to say he was going to go someplace else. He got me all excited and was like, I might go someplace. I might go to Wabash. And I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, getting to run was definitely a big opportunity, because at first I really wasn't going to go to college. Man, I was making money. I was landscaping, working with my dad, and I was like, do I really need to go to college? But now that I'm here and I've had the opportunities, I've gotten to go out here in the community and work with people and like make my own friends and build my own relationships and be my own person. It's like, I'm very thankful that I've gotten the opportunity to come here, and it's not just because of running, but now I really see that it's a lot more than just the running.
So who wanted to go to Trine first?
He committed. He was like one of the first people at our school to commit.
Yeah, I think I was the first one that.
Yeah, it was either you or
season.
It was either, I think, Gracie Williams.
Yeah,
I think
I can't remember, because I know me and Caden always did.
I think it was her, because I remember, like, really, of all the people, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, didn't we have like the record of how many people signed?
Our high school class had the record, and most people would like sign letters of intent to go play collegiate sports.
13 or
no, it was more.
Or
it was
more
like,
than that.
There's an article. I'll find it sometime, but I think it was like over 20.
Oh, jeez.
So
you want to be like Clay, though? That's what I'm hearing.
No.
So you want to follow Clay?
No, Clay was one of the reasons that I came here, is because I knew he was here and I knew Gage was here, and it was in between Wabash and Trine that I wanted to go to college to play football, and Wabash really wanted me, and I was like, okay, like, I think I might go here. Like, they really seem interested. They really seem to think I have a lot of potential. And then, like, talking to Coach Cullen and, like, hearing more about their program and, like, what they're building, and I was like, okay, like, I could really go either way. Like, I feel like I fit in, like, either place. And then, like, it really just came down to, like, who I knew. And, like, I talked to Clay, and Clay's like, yeah, if you want, we can room together. And I was like, all right,
yeah.
Like, bet. So then that was kind of the done deal. Is like, I bet I like would have made some friends and stuff. Like, I would have had, like, I bet my experience at Wabash would have been pretty good too. But like, I just think ultimately here, like, I have more relationships. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I don't regret any decisions. Like,
oh no,
like,
and all the people up here are very welcoming. I mean, like, you don't really know a stranger. If you want to talk to somebody, you can just reach out and talk to them.
So knowing people here already would like really made the transition a lot easier for me. Whereas I feel like if I went to Wabash, it would have been a lot harder and might have been different. But I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, sponsored by Trine. All right. So what do you think? You were talking about this a little bit before the show. So we're gonna do best and worst of being a part of the Trine. Well, we'll do cross country and track team. What's the best and the worst part of each?
Best and the worst. I would say the best part is definitely the long runs with like a big group of guys. Because like, so cross country, we got 40 guys on the team. So just imagine just going out on a road and like nice 7 o'clock in the morning, sun's up, and it's just nice outside.
Yeah,
it's
it sounds real nice.
Nice and cool. You got some lakes and some water, and it's just 40 guys all just laughing and having a good time. Like, it's great. But I would say definitely the worst The worst part is some of the workouts can be a little brutal. But really, I mean, that's not even the worst part because we have so many guys that it makes it okay. Like it gets you through it. Right? I would say dealing with the weather. The weather and the elements is probably the most difficult because it's like you never know how many layers to put on. You don't know, and then you're like taking layers off, and then it's icy or it's freezing cold or it's super hot and stuff like that. I would say that's probably the worst part about cross country is the weather.
Just looking at, I mean, I remember in the fall, I'd look out my window, well, even in the winter now, and I see like 20 dudes with their shirts off, and it's like 20 degrees out there, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, so how do workouts compare from like high school to college for cross country? Are they different?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Definitely different. For one, they're way more intense. You do way more. The duration is a lot bigger, so you're doing a lot more mileage inside of the workout in general. Compared to high school, our coach, she had the knowledge to be a really good coach, and she did do very well my senior year. She didn't want us getting hurt. That's the only bad thing with adding so much like duration to workouts is you can get hurt. And so she kind of backed off a little bit, and we didn't do as many workouts as we do. We normally do like 2 workouts a week that are pretty intense if we don't have a meet that weekend, and then we'll do like strides or sprints, like 200-meter sprints on the track on like Thursdays. So we'll work out Tuesday, have sprints on Thursday, and then work out Friday. And normally, I mean, it depends. We'll do like 800 repeats. So in the summer, like one of our first workouts was 10 800s with like 90 seconds rest. So like it's intense.
Yeah.
And then like some days we'll do tempo runs. So you'll have 5 miles worth of tempo. So we'll go out on our 2-mile loop and do 2 miles tempo, and then you'll have 2 minutes rest, and then you got to do a 3-mile tempo, and then you'll go in and do like 800s and 400s and then stuff like that. Or you'll do a fartlek where it's like you'll do 3 minutes hard.
Sorry, say that again.
A fartlek.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't know why it's
just making
called
sure
that.
I was hearing it right. Yep.
No, I don't know. You have to look that one up. I'm not good on my running terminology, but that's what it's called. And it's basically like a ladder drill where it's like you'll do 3 minutes hard and then a minute. Well, I guess there's variations. So you can do like 3 minutes hard, 1 minute easy, 3 minutes hard, 1 minute easy. And you can do that like 5 times, 6 times. You can do as much as you want, really, depending on where you're at in the season. Or you could do like start out at 6 minutes, then go to 5 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you could do that over and over again and just things like that. Or interval work, going and doing 800s, Ks, mile, repeats, different things like that. But yes, it's definitely way more intense, mainly because of mileage.
Gotcha. So what's the best and worst part of the indoor track season just ended, so what's the best and worst part of that so far?
I would say the indoor season, the worst part is how much you have to run indoors. That indoor track, definitely on the shins, is rough because that just the way that surface is. And running in general is rough on you anyway, but running on that indoor surface for long amount of time, like when it was really cold those couple weeks back or whatever, like we were forced to run 13 miles on the indoor track, and it was like, man, that's a lot of laps on a 200
that's a lot of
meter
turning.
track. Yeah, so
might get dizzy.
Tell me about it. And so like that's probably the worst part about indoor track is just you have to stay indoors a lot of times and do workouts in there. But I mean, the best part is you've got the team there to kind of get you through the workouts and things like that. And really the coach, he helps you too with like indoor track. It's pretty spread out too. They've got it where like, so I'm part of the long distance team. We don't race every weekend. So it's like we'll have breaks and the way our training works, we have mileage still. So we'll get to go out and run our routes and all kinds of stuff like that, and we'll actually get to do some of our training outside if we can. So it's not so stuck inside. So definitely being a part of the long distance group makes it a lot more enjoyable.
What events do you run?
So for long distance, it depends. Sometimes some of us, depending on how our speed is, will jump back and forth from the DMR, like we'll run the mile in the DMR, or we could just run the mile in general. Most of us don't really do that because we're long distance. So we're going to focus mainly on the 3K, 5K, and 10K. So in indoor, mainly all we run is the 3K and 5K because they don't do 10Ks indoor because that's 6 miles. So 10K is outdoor. And then some of us in long distance, once we move to outdoor, we'll like cut down to possibly running a couple 1500s. We'll focus more on 5Ks, and we'll do a couple 10Ks. We don't really race them all that often. And then sometimes a couple of us will do steeplechase.
Steeplechase, that always looked fun. Isn't that the one where you like jump into the water?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a 3K. So it's 1.8, and you start at I think it's the 200 meter mark. 300 meter mark, I think. And you have 2 of the steeples that are on the track that you actually have to hurdle over.
Yeah.
And then the third one's in the water that you plant on, and you try to jump over the water, which some people don't, and they land right in the water.
Oh, so you're supposed to avoid the water?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, do you wear spikes for that?
Yeah. Yep.
How do you get up there? Don't you? Once you
Well,
dole your spikes? Like,
it depends. I don't really know. I've never really.
I would think you would probably put like the palm of your foot like on there.
like on the back? But then how would you jump really,
I think they try to kick off of it. I believe because when you jump, because you're supposed to land on it, like you're supposed to jump on it and you're supposed to push off.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if you land in the water, you're just slowing down.
Yeah.
So and really, I don't even know if it's more of a time race at that point. I think it's more of just who's gonna win the
Yeah.
race, and then the time comes with that placement, really. But yeah, you try to avoid the water as much as possible.
Well, that'd be real difficult with spikes because normally you jump with the ball of your feet, but that's
Yeah.
right where the spikes are.
Yeah.
Just looking it up, it looks like like at least this picture, I can't see it. Like it's like they're like on the palm of their foot, like so where the spikes are on the front.
Uh-huh.
It looks like they like land on that and just push off.
I don't know how you'd get like far enough to avoid the water on there because it's a decent
I don't think you're
amount.
gonna avoid the water. I think you're gonna land in the water.
Yeah, there's so it gets deeper. So it's basically like a pit. So at right where the hurdle is, basically. So right when you jump over it, that's the deepest part. And then
Yeah.
it's like slow. It's like a ramp, basically. And then it slowly gets shallower. So you're trying to reach the least deep part of it.
I remember seeing if we would go to Taylor University for like for football camps and stuff, and we would practice on their or for baseball tournaments, we would practice on and warm up on their practice field, and they have a steeplechase, and they drain the water, so it just looks like this empty pit that's just going down, and what in the world?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Matt? But no, I feel like it's a weird event. I don't know why they do it. What does it do for you?
I don't know where it came from. It's so random.
Yeah, it is a little random. Yeah, you should see some of the stretches they have to do for the steeplechase. They put hurdles up on the wall, and they kick their leg up over it and do all this crazy stretching and all kinds of stuff. It's wild. So I don't know.
I guess it's a break from the boredom of running.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if you think about it, we're just all year round. All we do is just run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't do anything. You don't go put your baseball glove on. You don't get your football helmet. You don't do none of that. You just run. That's it.
It's got to be tedious on your body. That's the only thing I don't understand how you guys don't get injured more. Really.
Well, man, it kind of depends. Men like me, I'm kind of battling a little bit of shin issues, just shin splints because it's overuse. Because like I said, you're running 50, 60, 70 miles a week, and like I said, if you don't recover enough or do the right stretches or strengthen the right areas, most of the time you do get hurt. And a lot of the mid-distance guys, it's tough. You got to be willing to go the extra mile and go do extra stretches and go lift more or whatever to get yourself healthy, because you can't just go out there and expect, in high school where it's well, I don't need to stretch, I don't need to do this, I'll be fine. And you normally can get by with that, but then in college, it's even D3, it's if you want to take it serious and compete in any sport, football and all that stuff, you got to go lift, you got to get stronger, you got to be able to withstand all that extra that you're trying to do.
Yeah, one of my buddies had a saying in high school. He never stretched before any of his hurdle events. And he was like, my muscles, they're like a tight rubber band. Keep them tight. They snap faster. All right.
That's actually, it is
He
true.
never got hurt.
It is
I was
true.
like,
I mean,
okay.
they say having tighter muscles, a lot of times runners do have that because, I mean, they need that quickness that helps with the turnover and stuff.
It works until it snaps.
And that's the
It
only
snaps
problem
hard.
with that.
Yeah. And then it's real painful. You learn your lesson for sure.
Yeah.
So what's it like? I guess you don't really have an off season, but like, what's your summer look like? More so for training. Like, how do you try to maintain that?
Well, all it is running.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have like a totally different like workout regimen that we do in the summer. So he'll send out mileage charts of what we're doing each week, and then we'll have like a couple workouts, and like he'll try to encourage us to go get on the grass and run barefoot a couple of times or something.
What does that do?
It's just easier on your legs. It's less impact. So the grass
Without
and stuff,
shoes though? Like
yeah.
it's less impact?
Yeah. So
Really?
like getting on a football field
Yeah.
or something like that and just running in your bare feet, it's great. So we'll try to get on the golf course every once in a while and run because it's just the ground is squishy, so it just allows you're not absorbing so much like impact compared to running on concrete and asphalt and running on the indoor track. That's just so much impact that it's just causing it speeds up the process of getting hurt faster.
For sure.
Where running on the grass, trying to get on it and doing a little bit of mileage helps. And then we'll do like cut down long runs. So we'll have like a 10-mile long run, and you start at a certain pace and you get down to a quick pace by the end of it. And just logging miles. You're probably going to have the most mileage. So it's going to start out at the start of the summer. You'll have 2 weeks off, and then you're going to go every other day, like real light mileage, probably 4 or 5 miles, maybe like 8-mile long runs. And then you'll start getting into running every day, and then it's going to ramp up, and you'll probably get to your highest mileage there at the mid of summer. And then you might hold that for like a week or two, and then you're going to start going down just a little bit. And then once season starts, and you're going to start picking it back up again, and then you're pretty much going to probably stay pretty consistent. Once you get deeper in the season, you're going to probably drop down just a little bit, but most of the time you're just going to stay up at your top mileage for most of the season. But yeah, summer is just pretty much mileage and workouts. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha. So we kind of brushed over this. We talked a little bit about the MIAA championship. That was, what was it, Saturday?
Yes.
How'd that go for Trine?
Awesome. So actually the whole long distance team, probably wouldn't even had to compete, and we probably still would have won, most likely. So we wouldn't even have to run, period.
Wow.
Which it actually makes me feel a lot better. I didn't really have a great race, and I stayed pretty consistent where I've been at most of my indoor season. But like I said, I've been kind of struggling with my leg a little bit, and I was sick last week a little bit, so that kind of affected me. But man, we did great. We went out there, and a lot of our guys they know when to go out there and show what they got and show what they've really worked hard all season, and they just went out there and they had a job to do and they got it done.
So we got the dub.
Yes.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think it's five times.
5 in a row.
5 seasons in a row.
Trine University, the track powerhouse, apparently.
Yes.
Are we a powerhouse for outdoor track too?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we've won it. What? I can't even remember. I know they won it last year.
It's been a lot in a row.
I think it's been at least 3. I think maybe 2 or 3. So yeah.
Do you have any idea why we are such a powerhouse at track?
Well, I know in the past we've had really good sprinters, and I know in high school that was definitely a big part of why we won a lot of sectionals.
Oh yeah, it's always the sprinters.
It's always the sprinters and stuff. So I think our definitely our short distance knows what they're doing. So I mean, our middle distance is a big part of it too. Long distance, we just kind of just finish everything off. We're just kind of cleaning up there at the end, just in case. We're kind of like the extras, just in case if we need to score a few more points, we can trickle in there and get us a couple extra points. So, but yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I got a non-track question.
Okay.
So what has it been like to have roommates when your whole life you've been an only child?
Wow, that's deep.
It's definitely weird. I know, like, at my house, I never really did, like, a whole lot of chores, and I never really had to do, like, a bunch of laundry and stuff. Like, I loved going to work, and, like, I didn't care doing that kind of stuff, but I was kind of spoiled, and my parents would do a lot of things for me. And then coming here, it's like, whoa, now it's all on us and stuff. And it honestly, like, the roommates has been fun. I mean, everybody's gonna have their ups and downs with roommates and stuff because you've never lived with them before, so it's like you don't know how they live. But honestly, it's been pretty positive. Like, I love it. Like, you come back and you laugh about stuff that you've done during the day, and just you get people to talk to and stuff, and hang out with, and it's pretty nice just to get to kind of meet new people. I know Caleb's not new, but you get to see a different side of people and get to know them and build a little stronger relationship with them. I guess it depends on if you like that roommate, because I know other people have not had that.
Hey, it's okay, man. You can say you don't like your roommate. It's fine. It's fine.
I have complained a few times, but it's okay. We've worked it out.
No, we have a really good room. Like, we didn't really know Zach going in. Like, I didn't know him.
I thought Zach went to your school.
No.
Oh,
Really?
he's from Chicago.
Yeah, he's from
what?
Chicago. Yeah.
I could have sworn he went to school with you guys. I thought for sure.
No, he didn't even visit here. He didn't even have a visit. He didn't meet the team. He didn't even
That actually sounds exactly like that makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, didn't even meet our coach and just said, sure, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then
strikes me.
he
as
just
what Zach would
randomly
do.
texts me. He goes, I'm a freshman on the team. I need a roommate. Coach Raber told me that you were available. I said, okay. So
The rest is history.
yeah.
Yep.
I think it worked out. Like, no, Zach is definitely, like, he's fit perfect at, like, to how, like,
He's just chill.
Yeah, how our dynamic is. Like, he's kind of like I would say the more, I don't know, like, he's pretty chill, but, like, he likes to do stuff. Like, he's not, I mean, if he's not in the room
Party?
gaming, yeah, he likes to go out and, like, he likes to have fun too. He's not, like, always in the room, like, doing homework or playing video games all the time.
He doesn't do homework.
No, he does homework. He was
Well,
doing
he plays Rainbow
Bro,
Six.
yeah, well, I didn't say that while he's not playing games.
Occasionally, he does read books. It's kind of odd. Like, occasionally, we'll just catch him sitting there, like, reading a book. And it's like, oh, okay. But
Being roommates with people brings out a weird side of
Me
them.
personally, if I read a book, I'd probably fall asleep. So
yeah, I can't read books. No.
Really, you don't read books either?
Oh, I hate it.
Am I the only one here who read books?
I hate reading books.
Really?
Hate reading. Yeah.
Why does it?
It's just boring. Puts me to sleep.
See, people say that though, but that just means you haven't read a good book.
Well, okay, man. I guess some of the good books that I've had to read in high school, I guess I was like pretty interested. But I know, like, in Lodal's class, we read The Princess Bride, and
that's a good book.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Literally, so the story on that for me was one of the girls that sat next to me the first day or something. I read the first 5 pages and I fell asleep in class. So I just like put my hands over my eyes and I just fell asleep. Next day, she was on like page 50 and I only read like 10 pages. And I go, what page are you on? She goes like 50. I'm like, all right, flip to page 50, read 5 more pages, went to sleep. That was the whole book for me. And I passed the test. So it was like, it doesn't even matter.
Must have not been a very good book if you could pass it that easily.
Yeah,
good book.
it was bad.
I don't remember reading the book like very well, but the movie's really good. You should watch it sometime, James, if you haven't.
I don't even know what it's about.
Isn't that one with the it's those 3 people that like try to kidnap her or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that old movie that's all
Fezzik.
Yeah.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
You killed my father for pain today. You need to watch it. It's an oldie. It's like one of those like
It's very cheesy.
yeah. It's like one of those old. Like,
I hate those. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
it's
a
like
fan
one
of
of
the
those
cheesy
like
ones.
old like unhinged like not woke movies back in the day.
It's very goofy. Yeah.
It's good though.
Okay.
You would like it, James.
All right. I might have to see it sometime, but I don't know where I would find that.
Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus. Oh, okay. You're making it sound like it was on VHS only or something.
No.
Okay.
Probably is.
I mean, sure. I'm sure it is somewhere. But so what are your goals for the next, I mean, going into the outdoor season and then eventually back into cross country next year?
I would say goals for outdoor. I definitely want to get more consistent. I want to just kind of focus in more on like my health and just being able to get stronger and be able to kind of battle through some injuries a little better. And like definitely and just keep improving. Like I don't like being able to go and compete like I have been in indoor. And it's like, I know like the heats are different. Like we're in slower heats, but still like we're competing. Like we'll be up there in the front for like half of the race. And then it's like we die off and like we're getting 10th or something. Like I want to be able to kind of stay in the races a little bit longer and kind of compete a little bit longer. And then just for cross country, I'm hoping to make the regional roster for next year because I kind of got sick there at the end of the year and it did not go great. So I'm hoping that I can make that regional squad and go compete some more. So.
Yeah, for sure. James, you got anything?
I was just thinking, I know baseball team and tennis, I think, have like, they're going down to Florida for spring break. Does track do anything like that? Do you guys do anything over spring break or do you guys get it off?
Well, so supposedly we're supposed to have this coming weekend, we're supposed to have like a last chance meet. So I think it's more for the people that scored higher in conference or possibly have a chance to go to nationals. So this week actually would be an Iowa meet for a last chance meet. And then actually on spring break would be nationals. So if you qualify, so if you run a qualifying time to make it to nationals, you actually go to Virginia Beach and run for nationals. But other than that, we just travel a lot throughout the season in general. Yeah. So we don't really make like special trips. Like we don't really have to make special trips because they've kind of already established themselves. Like, so the meet we went to 3 weeks ago, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So that meet actually, Trine's been trying to get into that meet for like years. We've been like, there's waiting lists to get into that meet. So that meet is actually like a qualifying meet to go to like New Balance Nationals in Boston. Yeah. So people will run qualifying times at that meet. So we finally got a chance to go in that meet. So that's like a big travel meet that we do every single year. Because I know last year they had, there's this team called Lacrosse, and they had it was one guy from their team and then another kid. They both broke the national 5K record at this meet. Yeah. And then literally that same day, someone that was competing at the Nationals, the New Balance Nationals, broke their record again all in the same day. So like it was a pretty big deal. And so they've been waiting a long time to do that. But yeah, we don't really travel around like on breaks all that often. So
we have any national qualifiers or no?
I'm assuming Jake is
definitely right?
Jake is definitely going to go. We might have a few others. I know we've got some great newcomers that are sprinters and some long jumpers and hurdlers and things like that. So definitely a few of the upperclassmen. Our long distance squad, we don't have anybody that's probably going to qualify because nobody runs a 14:10 in the 5K. So we're not going to be competing for that. Which,
I don't know the times, but that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's really fast. Our top guy, so actually our record is 14:11 or 14:15, I believe. And our top guy right now, he's a sophomore, and his fastest time, which he ran last year, was like a 14:48.
Wow. So you guys, you're not even close.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right, Caleb, we want to get on to the top 10. I feel like we had a good conversation. Let's get to the fun stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about our top 10. All right. So we went on a trip over the summer, right? We went to Holiday World together and camped. One of the things we did was stopped at the gas station a couple of times. Got to get fueled up, both the vehicle and ourselves. So when you're on a trip like that, what are your top 5 snacks that you're grabbing at the gas station?
Definitely number one pick is going to be corn nuts. I don't know why. It's just been like a family habit. That's like our go-to vacation snack. I guess
I know, like my friend Tom Hahn. I don't know if you know him, but he's from Muncie, or he moved to French Lick and stuff. But whenever we would go on like church camp trips and stuff like that, he would always get corn nuts. And like I tried them one time, I'm like, this isn't for me. Like they're not bad, but that's not for me.
Wait, so what are corn nuts? I don't think I've ever had them.
They just look like corn kernels, but they're like crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they come in all different flavors, like ranch and original.
So like sunflower seeds?
Yeah, basically, but they're crunchy, and you don't have to worry about spitting them out all the time.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Spitting out sunflower seeds?
Yeah, that's the best part. That's why you do
That's
it.
horrible.
That's why you do
It's
it.
the flavor.
Well, yeah, but spit them out. It just feels cool.
Yeah, it does.
You're gonna say something?
I was gonna say sunflower seeds too. I kind of forgot about those.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good go-to snack.
It's hard in the car though.
It is
You have to have a cup or something.
Yeah.
Or for my siblings, put them in a cup holder. Like,
Dude, is that like an all families thing, bro? I swear.
Man, what else? I don't know. I'm not really. I guess it just depends. I'm not really that picky on my snacks, but I mean, I could go for a good Twix bar. Man, I don't know. Some Skittles would be good. And then I know definitely it's not really something I always go for, but when you're on a long trip and you're just ready to get home, a nice I don't even know what flavor it was. I think it was like blueberry, but it was like a Red Bull. Man, that thing did its job, and it was great. So highly recommend that if you need to get through a drive. Red Bull's where it's
you
at.
remember what Braden? You remember reminding me of this on the trip. You remember what Braden did with the Skittles?
Oh yeah, what did he do? He put it in the Gatorade.
He put it
or
in his
put it in water and made it like a Skittle.
He put it in the water, like in his water container, or did he put it in the whole gallon?
It was.
Well, I don't
can't remember. I think it was like a cup, like
that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was like a.
So our friend Braden. So we stopped at a gas station, and mind you, a whole gallon of water was cheaper than a water bottle.
What?
Oh yeah.
Like it was the like smart waters or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like I think the smart waters were like $4 or something like that. And the gallon of water was like $1.20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, I'm gonna get this. So he has like a whole gallon of water.
Oh yeah, and he kept filling up his water bottle.
Yeah.
With it. That's okay.
So then he had like a metal water bottle like this. He filled it up with water. And he's like, I'm gonna put my Skittles in here.
Yeah, and he just left it in there for like the whole trip.
The whole day
in the truck. So he like left it in the sun, like the cup in the sun.
Yeah,
so
we were
it would like
all day.
get
We were the
warm.
whole day.
It was gross.
He I don't think he purposely did
I think it was foaming too.
Yeah, it like fermented.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Making some like Skittle wine or something.
And knowing Braden, he drank it.
He did. Yeah.
All right.
Because that's Braden Bowman for you.
Yes.
All right. So for my top 5, my number 1 is Arnold Palmer. You know me.
Of course. It is.
Arnold Palmer is my go-to, especially if they have, it's a good gas station, if they have like the big like bottle of it. Like
Talking about like the plastic jugs they got
yeah.
filled. Yeah.
not like.
Are they like the gallon jugs? Or
No,
you're
no.
talking about the large cans.
Oh, the large
not
ones?
the cans, the bottles. They're big bottles.
I've never seen.
And they're
them.
like-
I've only seen the big cans.
Yeah, the gas station by the high school, the new one, has them. It's like
I've
one
only
of
got the big cans from
yeah.
that gas station.
So they have they're like this thick, and then they're like this tall, and they're
Really?
Arnold Palmer's. Yeah,
I've never seen
those are my favorite because it's like basically a half gallon. Feels like it.
yeah, of sugar.
He's right. He does have a point.
But it's good. It's tea and lemonade. I mean, it's the best combo.
It is a good combo.
You know what's a
I
good
can't lie.
drink when like every time you mix that combo, people just call it Arnold Palmer. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see
Yeah.
people like mixing other
Tea
drinks.
and lemonade.
You don't see people like, mixing other
Yeah, that's
drinks and they're like, oh yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
say
so
like a mixed
iconic.
drink.
It just has
Right.
a name. Yeah.
Then number 2, nerd clusters.
Those are good.
Those are good. I took them out of your drawer the other
You did.
day. Those were good.
He did indeed. Not you. Mike was supposed to come and get some, but
Yeah,
so
I
you
was
hear that, mother? Mike never came back after I told him to. She got an extra box for Mike because when he went drop me off,
Yeah, yeah.
and Mike never came back.
Wow.
Was that the box I opened?
No, I mean I'm sure it was one of the boxes I opened.
Well, it wasn't opened.
It doesn't matter. He didn't come back.
Okay.
You could have had him. I didn't really care.
They were your snacks, and they were in your desk, and I was like, I know Caleb's
Dude,
got
we got
snacks in
so
here.
much. We got so much food last
Oh,
weekend.
it's crazy. Whole laundry basket full.
We both came back with like baskets full of food.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fridge was like jam packed full of stuff when I came back, but
I'm gonna have to make a pit stop down to your room.
yeah. But you guys were supposed to when I had those cakes. But
I did come down.
yeah, and then we didn't get it.
We didn't actually eat it.
All right, back on track. Number 3, I got sweet tart ropes. Also, some
I
of my
forgot
favorites.
about those.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, those are good.
Well, actually, no,
What?
because they're number 3.
I said some of my favorites.
I thought you said.
Yeah, I thought you said favorites there for a second.
I was like, well, they're number 3. So.
All right. These aren't ranked. Like these are just like
okay.
These aren't ranked.
Depends on the trip.
Yeah, whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be feeling an Arnold Palmer though. An Arnold Palmer or just like a peace tea of some sort. Like all those are pretty good. The number 4, fudge rounds. But the box, like the little Debbie's. Like,
Oh yeah, those are good.
they're like the chocolate version of
Oatmeal.
oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, those are good.
They're not good when they're melted. Like it honestly ruins my day when they're kind of melted. Because then you're like, I don't want to eat this. But they're number 4. Like you have to eat them pretty much right away. Because if they're in your car during that trip, they're gonna get melted. Yeah. Unless you like blast the AC. But sometimes you don't. Then number 5, I think my family would arguably say this is my favorite, but the Haribo twin snakes. Have you guys had those before?
Oh yeah, I know.
Trying to think.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're just like gummy worms, but they're like snakes, and they're like kind of sour.
Oh yeah, those are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like two different combos. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like those.
I get those all the time. Like, I'll tell my mom like I want some candy. Like that'll probably be the things that she gets me. But yeah, so that's our top 10 snacks. James, you want to hit us with our little activity we got?
Final segment of the day, and it's a good one.
Alrighty.
Would you rather, or not would you rather, sorry. Who's more likely? It's essentially the same thing, but who's more likely roommate edition? So it's just you two. All right? Okay. So you guys both, point at each other, like point wherever.
All right.
First one, more likely to wake another person up in the room.
No.
Oh, I knew this one was going to cause some controversy.
No way.
Definitely you.
What?
It's got to be you.
No way.
No, I purposely make noise because you make noise.
No.
Wow.
That's crazy. Your alarms though.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. I think I scared Zach this morning with it, but
The other morning, I forgot to tell you this. I'll tell you this on the podcast. The other morning when you used the blow dryer, that woke me up.
Yeah, using a blow dryer at 8 in the morning is crazy.
not bad.
That woke me up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I went back to bed. But I think it's you, in my opinion. But I could also see how it's me. It's not my fault that I had to wake up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, you do wake me up pretty early, and then I feel like I'm supposed to get up, and then I'm like,
I think an alarm. No,
and you like to set your alarms like 45 minutes before you actually want to get up, and it goes
that's the
off.
worst.
It goes off like 25 times. I'm telling you,
Oh my
one
goodness,
morning,
I hate when people do that. Just
one
wake up
morning,
at the first time.
6:45 till 7:15, his alarm was going off.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
You just laid there?
I laid in bed until 7. I was about to lose my mind. So I got up. I went to the bath. Like I was making as much noise as possible. I was flushing the toilet. I had the sink full blast. Nothing. This man was snoring. So right when I walk over to his bed to turn, I'm reaching for his phone, and he just opens his eyes. And I'm like, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Caleb, your alarm's been going off for like 30 minutes." Like,
was this when it was like dark, like in the room, or was it light out?
it was light. It was like it was
There was
7:15.
There was one day that he did. I think he did it too. And my alarm was like going off, but it was like super quiet, so you could like faintly hear it.
Oh.
And he like walked up to my bed, and like I could just see like the outline of his body like at the bottom, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Just wake up to your alarms, man.
I would say it's pretty even. Zach never wakes us up.
No, he's really quiet.
He got back at 2 last night, and I like
Nope.
every time he comes back, I'd never know.
Really?
Like he could be there and not be there, and I would never know. Like he's quiet.
He's really quiet.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought Zach would probably be the
That's what I thought.
loudest.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Okay, who's more likely to lock themselves out of their room?
All right, that's not fair.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna say Caleb for this one because he is the one that actually texted our group chat and said, "Guys, I forgot my keys in the room. Can you?"
Oh, was that today, Caleb? Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was 45 minutes ago.
Oh,
But
shoot,
hey,
my
I
bad.
will admit I'm pretty bad at this too. I had to walk in my PJs to Caleb when he was going to a football game and ask him for his key.
When we were going to Alma. We were going to Alma for that
Oh, yeah, the JV
big,
game?
the big JV game.
Yeah.
And he walked out in his slippers and pajama pants. That's when I knew I was like something's wrong because Clay never goes out like not like decently nice or like wearing like actual clothes. And so I was like, something's going on. He like was walking to the UC, and then he like sees me and like walks over to the football facility. He's like, I locked myself out of the room, and I think Zach's not responding. I was like, okay.
Oh no, I was doing dishes.
Yeah. And then he
left. I didn't take my key or my phone.
He was going,
And I did it in Reiner's because Stadium's sink was nasty. And he went out of Stadium's lobby and he thought I like left. And so he lost.
Zach went to breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Zach went to breakfast and then he locked the door.
Yeah.
So you guys both lock each other out all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right,
much.
Good to know. Who's more likely to steal another person's snacks? Yeah, I was going to say it kind of got answered while you guys were talking earlier.
Yeah. I mean,
depends on if I'm desperate. If I'm running
he
low
doesn't
on
really
snacks,
steal snacks. Like, pretty much he'll ask.
Yeah.
And like, I'll ask.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, most time you just offer. You're like, you want some cookies? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
But he kind of has the community water, so
Yeah, I do have to.
he has a Brita. So
Oh, so you guys steal the water?
Pretty much. I mean, it's like a universal thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Who's more likely to get mad over a minor inconvenience in the room?
Like, what do you mean minor convenience?
Like just get annoyed
That would definitely be me.
at like a little thing, like
Yeah.
let's say you're clicking your pen or something.
Man,
I don't even think get mad. Like, honestly, how me and Clay like react is like we'll laugh.
yeah.
Like the other night, like literally last night, someone was like blaring music, and I like sat up and I was like, "Where is that?" And he just started laughing, and I'm like, "This isn't funny." And someone's like blaring the music at like 12:30, and I'm like, "Bro, like, are we for real right now?" Quiet hours are in the midnight.
That's a sign that you guys should be playing some music as well and going crazy.
We're going to bed.
I don't know why we don't. We should just do it too.
Exactly. If you can't
He
beat
tried.
if you can't beat him,
he
join
tried
him.
to connect to. We thought it was someone's jam session on Snapchat or on Spotify.
Yeah.
And so he tried to connect to it.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's so
and
funny.
turn off the music, and it didn't.
It didn't work.
It wasn't there.
I just skip a bunch of songs.
But I don't think
from
that was
them.
last night. That was the other day.
Yeah, that was yeah.
It was our neighbors. They were blaring music in the
They
bathroom.
always blare music.
Yeah.
I might be guilty of that myself, but
I hate when people join jam session, like join my jam session. I don't even know how to turn it off.
yeah, I don't know if you even can.
But like I think I figured it out. I turned something off one day, and it hasn't happened. But somebody like kept joining it and like would change my music while I'm like in the shower.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And I'm like,
I did that to one of our friends one time, Trevor. All the way across the building. I joined and skipped it in the shower.
I had it too pop up. I was like, join Trevor's jam session. I was like, I bet that's him, but I'm not gonna be that guy.
That's fine.
I guess James is that guy.
I am that guy because it's funny. Who's more likely to procrastinate and then study like the night before?
Definitely not me.
It's 100% me.
Wow.
Between us, it's me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zach is definitely the winner for this.
Zach is probably the procrastinator king.
Yes.
But out of you two,
Me. It's 100% me. Clay's always studied ahead and studying all the time.
Yeah, I would say I'm at least 2 days ahead of all my classwork all the time.
good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm not like, I don't procrastinate. Like, I get my stuff done for the most part.
But Clay's just on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Zach-
better than me.
Zach
but I'm not
accuses me
bad.
of I do way too much.
That's
homework.
what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you study so much. I'm like, I don't know what you have to study.
I don't. I just do work.
He's just making up his own stuff at this point.
I'm not. I actually have legit things I have to do, which it might be due in a week or 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks. But
Wow.
I just feel like doing it.
Staying ahead, man. Hey, once you get to like April, you'll be done for the year.
Yeah, pretty much.
This one's gonna be controversial here. Oh boy. Who's more likely to get mistaken for Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know.
Do you know who Aaron Rodgers is?
No.
Are you serious?
Is that a football player?
Yeah.
Oh, you look just like him.
I don't keep up with football.
Oh, come on.
You look exactly
Oh
like
my goodness. I thought this was.
that, and he
Sorry.
also gets Jesus a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
hold
I-
on. Aaron Rodgers with long hair. Let me look him up. Hold on. I mean, you guys look like twins. I swear. I mean, look at him. You look like that. The hair is like the same. The
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah, I could see that.
Man, the fact that you have no clue who Aaron Rodgers is, first of all, shocks me.
Well, I've heard of him, but I couldn't picture the face.
I mean, Caleb loves Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he never
Oh,
talks
I would
about
have
him.
thought you would have.
I don't love him that much.
Put him on that.
You love Aaron Rodgers.
Is it because
Not-
I look
not
like
anymore.
him?
Yeah, that's why I love him.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like you don't talk about him because I look like him. So
No,
it, like, scares you.
I don't love him. I'm not
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm not like his biggest fan.
He's a fan, though. He's a fan.
I mean, he's a good quarterback. I like him.
Yeah.
Not that much.
So, yeah, the answer to that one is definitely Clay, even though he didn't know it. But that's all I got for that.
Yeah.
So, Clay, it's been fun. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Another successful podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys.